see that this is such a packed program. This is obviously an issue we all care about. Book Reviews 2010, what will they look like? When we were talking about this program, I initially proposed that we call it Book Reviews 2020, sort of thinking way out, what will book reviews look like? And everyone said, no, it's changing so fast, 2010 is quite close enough. And I think, again, looking at this crowd, I think we all agree. I'm here basically to welcome you to this panel, and I'm also going to introduce our moderator, John Reed. I'll give you his background, an MFA in creative writing from Columbia University, author of the novels A Still Small Point, The Hole, Snowball's Chance, All the World's a Grave, a new play by William Shakespeare, and the forthcoming Tales of Woe from MTV Press, so please stop by that booth and talk about it. He's also the book's editor of Brooklyn Rail, the Associate Creative Writing Professor at New School University, and a current board member, just joining this year, and is our programs chair in fact. So I'd like to welcome John Reed and the entire panel. Thank you for coming.
Thanks to Barbara, and thanks for everybody showing up. I think we're going to start on time, just to be irregular. And I want to introduce my panel. We don't have the little tags, that we were promised in front of everybody, so I'll just go down and try and clearly identify everyone. David Nudo's over at the end. Has held several media positions, including Vice President, Publisher of Publishers Weekly, Managing Director of Advertising in the New York Times, and Director of Sales and Marketing for Shelfari.com. And next to David, we have Ben Greenman. We got Ben here. Ben Greenman is an editor at The New Yorker and author of the novels Super Bad, Super Worse, A Circle is a Balloon, and Compass Both, Correspondences, and the recently released Please Step Back. That's with Melville House. It's Ben Greenman. David Nudo, Ben Greenman. Next we have Beth Ann Patrick. She's a freelance writer, an editor of Pages Magazine, and the AOL Books Channel editor, and former contributing editor of Publishers Weekly and the blog there as the Book Maven. She is currently reviewing for the Washington Post and BookReporter.com. And next we have Peter Krause, who is the founder of Critical Mob and Tactic Company, formerly of Muse and Dell Publishing. Otis Chandler, to his right, Otis is the founder of Goodreads. Before founding Goodreads, Otis was a software engineer. Goodreads.com, which is a networking book site, as most of you know, I'm sure. Before founding Goodreads, Otis was a software engineer and product manager at Tickle.com. Monster Worldwide, the leading purveyor of online jobs, purchased the company in 2004. Okay, so I guess to start, I was just going to run down the line. And I had a few questions that I was going to go sort of back and forth. And then after that, I was going to direct questions to individuals and sort of pairs, and hopefully we'll have a good amount of time at the end to have some questions from the audience. Oh, also, there is a competing event, which I have somewhere in my notes. The Independent Publishers Buzz, or Independent Editors Buzz, which is in E15. So if I've been told to tell all you guys, if there's overlap on reviewers who are looking at forthcoming titles, you can still hurry over there at the end. Okay, so the first question, which is a nice softball, and maybe I'll start at David and work our way down. Why are we here?
Good question. Is this on?
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, I should first apologize for the unfortunate invitation of Tina Brown, but I'm losing my voice, so it's going in and out, and so I apologize.
Move the mic closer.
Is this closer?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
So, you didn't hear about my apology. Okay, to answer the question, I think the best way that I would answer the question is, if any of you were at the CEO event on Thursday, one of the things that struck me is that they all agreed that word of mouth is still a very, very important part of making a book, but no one mentioned that one of the most effective ways to create word of mouth, particularly in the industry, which is they all agreed was important, was to an advanced review and the kind of things that are being written about a book before it even comes out. It helps with the publicity push, it helps with the marketing push, it helps with the co-op agreements. So all of this is still so very important, and so we're all here, obviously, a room full of people, and us who seem to know something about this as well, to discuss this, because it's a pivotal part of the success of publishing books.
I'm here because John told me to, and I'm very obedient. And also that I've worked across this industry as an editor, as a freelance writer, as a packager, with publishers, with independent publishers, and with larger publishers. And my feelings about how books get made and how they get to people are now sort of, because of technology and because of the changes in the industry, confused to the point of fury. So I'm trying to figure out. It's complicated, and I'm sure we'll get into some of the complications, but I don't think it's a very easy question. And the ultimate goal, which is to get these things that contain information and emotions and ideas to people who can use them, has become really complicated in some good and bad ways. So we'll try to figure out a tiny portion of it.
I'm here. I just want to make one clarification in my bio. Right now, I am actually the managing editor and host of a site for WETA PBS called The Book Studio. It's thebookstudio.com. And I'm doing a lot of author interviews, but I'm also not only writing reviews on there, but I'm also putting together a stable of book reviewers on that site. And I'm here as a member of the NBCC, and I'm not sure if all of the panelists are, some of us are, some of us aren't, to talk about the standards of book reviewing and what makes a good review and what isn't a review as well. So I really want to address that in this panel, and we won't necessarily get through it all. And please, everybody, all the ankle biters out there, we're just trying to figure this out, and this panel is part of it. So really, I hope you engage and ask questions, but don't, just sit there in silent fury.
Well, I hope there isn't any silent fury out there at all. I think what we're just trying to do here is figure out the next steps and the solutions. Obviously, things aren't really working out the way everyone wants them to now in the transition from print to online. So we need to sort of collectively try to figure out, what the next steps are, what the hurdles are. It's not going to be something that's going to be solved by 2010. So collectively, hopefully, we can figure out what the issues are, and how to move forward on them.
I'd say I'm here because I started a website that has a lot of book reviews. We have almost 50 million books rated and 10 million book reviews added in total. But aside from being a book discovery channel for readers, we're also quite focused on being a platform for authors to market their books to those readers. And we built a lot of tools around that kind of stuff that should help with the problem David identified of trying to get buzz pre-launch or as you launch your book. So we're very focused on that problem as well.